The Jonestown Massacre of 1978 stands as one of the most harrowing episodes of cult manipulation and mass tragedy in modern history. It is a story of faith twisted into fanaticism, a charismatic leader who wielded absolute power, and the devastating consequences of blind allegiance. Jim Jones, the architect of this tragic event, was born in Indiana in 1931. From a young age, Jones exhibited an intense interest in religion and social justice. He was deeply affected by the racial segregation and inequality of his time and became a fervent advocate for racial integration. By the 1950s, Jones had founded his own church, which he called the People's Temple. Initially, the church gained a reputation for its progressive stance on civil rights and its commitment to helping the poor and disenfranchised. Jones presented himself as a visionary leader who could create a utopia free from prejudice and inequality. As the People's Temple grew in prominence, Jones's behavior became increasingly authoritarian. He demanded absolute loyalty from his followers, convincing them that he was their savior and that the outside world was corrupt and dangerous. Jones employed a mix of charisma, fear, and psychological manipulation to maintain control over his congregation. He staged faith healings and miracles to reinforce his image as a messianic figure. Dissent was met with public humiliation, threats, and even physical punishment. In the early 1970s, Jones moved the People's Temple headquarters from Indiana to California, where the church's membership swelled. However, growing scrutiny from the media and former members who accused Jones of abuse and financial impropriety led him to seek a refuge where he could exercise absolute control. In 1974, Jones leased land in the remote jungle of Guyana, South America, and began constructing what he called the People's Temple Agricultural Project, or Jonestown. Over 1,000 followers relocated to the settlement, leaving behind their homes, families, and possessions. However, the reality of life in Jonestown was far from idyllic. The settlement was overcrowded, and living conditions were harsh. Members were subjected to grueling labor, poor nutrition, and constant surveillance. Jones's paranoia intensified, and he frequently warned his followers of an impending attack by enemies who sought to destroy their community. Jones used fear to keep his followers compliant. He held regular white night drills, during which he would announce that the community was under siege and instruct members to rehearse mass suicide as an act of revolutionary defiance. During these drills, followers were made to drink what they were told was poison, only for Jones to reveal afterward that it had been a test of their loyalty. These rehearsals laid the groundwork for the final, tragic events that would unfold in November 1978. By late 1978, allegations of abuse and coercion within Jonestown had attracted the attention of U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan, who decided to visit the settlement to investigate. Ryan traveled to Guyana with a delegation of journalists and concerned relatives of People's Temple members. On November 17, Ryan and his group arrived in Jonestown and were initially greeted with warmth and hospitality. On November 18, as Ryan and his group prepared to leave with several defectors, tensions boiled over. Members loyal to Jones ambushed the delegation at the Port Kaituma airstrip, opening fire on Ryan and his companions. Congressman Ryan, 3 journalists, and 1 defector were killed, while others were injured but managed to escape. Back in Jonestown, Jones realized that the murder of a U.S. congressman would bring swift and severe repercussions. He convened the entire community and declared that their utopia was under attack. Jones urged his followers to commit what he called revolutionary suicide, claiming it was the only way to protest the oppression they faced and avoid capture by the enemy. Under Jones's orders, a lethal concoction of cyanide-laced flavor aid was prepared. Parents were instructed to give the poison to their children first, after which the adults were expected to drink it themselves. In the chaotic and horrifying scene that followed, over 900 people perished, including nearly 300 children. Jones himself was found dead from a gunshot wound, likely self-inflicted. The Jonestown Massacre remains one of the largest single losses of American civilian life and a deliberate act until the events of September 11, 2001. The phrase "drinking the Kool-Aid," though a misnomer, as the drink used was Flavor Aid, has entered popular lexicon as a cautionary reminder of the dangers of unquestioning loyalty. The story of Jonestown is a grim testament to the potential for human tragedy when hope and faith are exploited by those seeking power. It serves as a reminder of the need for vigilance against authoritarianism and the importance of critical thinking in the face of charismatic leadership. Thanks for watching. For more video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get the updates. Also like and share this video.